Hello everyone, welcome to today's vlog. Oh my god, it is the event of the century or of the year. It's Summerween! I'm so excited for Summerween, literally. I've been waiting for this for a long time, since last year. And this is also one of my 3 videos that I'm posting when I first upload and open this YouTube channel. So hello and welcome. My name is Jane and I hope you enjoy me and this video. I am super excited. I am about, like today, I have a few things going on. I am going to go to my friend's house and I'm gonna stay over at her place, so I'm probably not gonna get a lot of reading done. She does live at like the other end of town, so I will commute to her place for like 1.5 hours, and that is when I get my prime reading time done today. I wanted to first go through like my physical TBR, which is this, and then I also just finished filming a haul, so we have potentials there. I did make a list of all the books that I could potentially read that I'm excited for and that fit some of the prompts. My TBR is way longer than the prompts. I am planning, hoping to read 4 books for each like book prompt, 1, and not doubling up on any prompts. And then obviously the first prompt is like read a book in the dark, which I will probably either do with my e-reader or I will do with an audiobook. So that's exciting. Yeah, so those are the plans. And the 5 prompts, I will insert the picture here. The 5 prompts are read a book in the dark, which we definitely will do. I think that's so fun, especially with like horror thriller. I am a person to get like paranoid relatively quickly, so whatever. And then the second prompt is read a thriller or horror. Obviously, we will only be reading thriller or horror because that is the essence of Summerween. And who would I be to not do that? And then thirdly, yeah, it's reading a book with like a night sky or sky on the cover. And I have a few options for this as well. We will go over my TBR in just a second. I will change to my computer. Then for the 4th prompt, it's a book with a 5-letter title. I have 1 contendant. I don't know if I have multiple. We'll see. But I definitely have 1, which I'm really excited to read. You'll see. And then the last one is read a book set in the summer. And I'm currently, actually, I started it a few days ago, but I'm only, I think, like 14% of the way through, so I'm definitely counting that towards this readathon. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So exciting. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. I'm just gonna go through really quickly my like TBR cart and see if any of my physical reads fit any of those like 4 prompts. Okay, so I actually found 4 books that might work. We'll kind of have to see. First, the books that I hauled, where was How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, obviously works for a thriller or horror. And then How to Sell a Haunted House is unfortunately 6. Like, the thing is, I don't know if they count A, because sometimes like the and A doesn't count. I'll have to check Gabby's video again for that. But this is definitely a contender. And then Wrong Place, Wrong Time, which you might say, that's not a thriller. On Storygraph, it is shelved as a thriller, like, by the public, so I think that should count. For what it, like, works, it obviously doesn't work for 5-word title. Again, the other cover has a little bit more of, like, a sky in the background with a clock in the sky, so that could work. Again, not entirely sure. And then What Moves the Dead is just a novella, which would be great for something like reading 4 books in 1 week as a busy gal. But again, doesn't fit any of the other prompts, like, at all. I don't know if it's set in the summer, but again, I am reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So probably not, but maybe. And then Project Hail Mary, because I really just want to read it. Honestly, probably not gonna happen because Again, it doesn't really fit any prompt, but it could fit night sky because there definitely is like the night sky reflection, and this is also not the main cover. The main cover is that, and that definitely. I mean, it is like the space. That's the sky, right? I think that should count. So let's go over my TBR. It's actually the next day because I had to leave. And I also hope that this mic isn't picking up like any noise from my computer because it legit always sounds like a rocket about to take off. So I hope that's fine. This is my like story graph. I made a Summerween tag and I put everything in here. So as you can see, it's 10 books that are like potentials to read for Summerween. I will not read 10 books, but I did want like an option for everything. I might stray away from this. This is just like initially what I have. We have How to Sell a Haunted House, which I already showed you. Then Project Hail Mary, which I already showed you as well. Then Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I am currently reading the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And then we have Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke for just mystery thriller. I always say mystery thriller for horror thriller. I just have this here because it's relatively short and I've been wanting to read it for a while. Same with Mr. Magic. I just put a few on here that I'm excited to read, just, you know, so that I have some variety. Love having some options. And then The Dead in the Dark, same here, doesn't fit any other like specific prompt. Same with The Only One Left. And then My Best Friend's Exorcism, it has like a night sky. So I might take that for that, but I might also not because I really do want to do like the video reading Grady Hendrix for a week. And if I read a Southern Book Club's Guide like right now, which I am, and My Best Friend's Exorcism, like I know there's still a lot left. But same with like How to Sell a Haunted House. So I might save How to Sell a Haunted House and My Best Friend's Exorcism for that. Yeah. And then The Only One Left can also actually count for like the sky because I do think that that counts. Like that's definitely a red sky. And then lastly, for the prompt 5 words in a title, I'm probably gonna go for What Lies in the Woods by Katie Alice Marshall. Because first of all, it is 5-letter like title and it sounds so incredibly intriguing. It is about 3 like girls that go into the woods and then one of them was attacked and luckily survived the attack. And they like had a testimony that it was like a man, like a serial killer, and they put them like behind bars. But apparently they were all lying. And so they kept the secret, and now one of the friends wants to tell said secret. It sounds so good and so twisty and everything. And it is also the book club pig from Meg with Books, her Patreon book club. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of B-roll. For me, it's literally not even been a second. Anyway, I read it on my e-reader, as you saw, and I am now about, I think I was like 45% of the way through, so very like almost halfway. And I have a few thoughts. For one, it's moving quite slowly, unfortunately, especially up until like 30% mark, which I think is quite a lot to be moving really slowly. Yeah, other than that, I really enjoying the way it's portraying the women, especially the main character, like their values kind of, and how they should be like valued as well. Like I really think that's really cool. And Grady Hendrix says in the like forward that he wanted to write this book because My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I haven't read, is focused a lot on like the teenagers and the girls and like younger people, and he wanted a book that focuses more on older like characters, and I am really enjoying that. I'm enjoying the portrayal of that, and especially in the late like 80s, it's very very interesting. Like I highly like recommend it for that. If you're searching for a book like that, it's not like super scary. It has picked up now, thankfully, so that's really nice, but I thought it was a little bit not boring, just slow in the beginning. It is also very perfect for our prompt. Like, honestly, it could not be more perfect because it's like really, really hot in the book. And today, like, it's calming down right now. But literally earlier, like, when I was driving home from my lovely, lovely sleepover, it was so nice. The weather was so hot, like, it was 29 degrees. So it felt like perfect for that prompt. And just overall, still really enjoying it. I'm a little disappointed by the pace, as I said, but other than that, really enjoying it, especially the characters and now the direction. It's picked up a lot, and I'm very, very excited. Early or like later today at about 8 for me, like it's 11 a.m. in the States, Gabby hosts like reading sprints, like open reading sprints on YouTube. And I do want to like watch those and read during that. And it's going to be really lovely. I'm really excited. Hopefully, we can finish that book either later today or tomorrow morning, maybe.
Delusional.
Good morning. It is actually Monday now, so I didn't record anything yesterday at all on Sunday because it was a very busy day, which I didn't anticipate. I slept so long. I don't think I slept that long since, I don't know, maybe high school or something. Like, it was crazy. I slept so long, like until 2 or something. Like, I still cannot fathom. But Saturday evening, I did participate a little bit in the reading sprint, but the first sprint I just edited, like in my other video. And then my boyfriend and me hadn't like spent much time together, and he was free, so we just spent the rest of the evening together. So unfortunately, I didn't get any like reading done yesterday or like Saturday evening, which is a little bit bad, but it's okay. I am still halfway through this. So I am just gonna chill and lay down now in my bed. It is my bed. Lovely like that. And I'm gonna read. Okay, so I read about like 10% now. I do have to get ready now because I'm meeting my friend in the city this week. I don't know if I've said that before in this video, but this week is a very busy week for me. Like, I'm meeting someone every single day. Yesterday was a one day that I didn't meet someone, and it was still very busy. So today, tomorrow, on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm meeting someone every single day. So let's see if we can actually do the 4 books. I'm hoping we can still do like 2, 3, hopefully even 4. I'm gonna prioritize the like actual prompts, the like set in summer, 5-book title, and with a sky on the cover. Which, speaking of which, I decided I need an audiobook because I do a lot of things like cleaning, getting ready. When I get ready now, I want to listen to an audiobook. I checked out if I have the audiobook on Evergrande for any of my books on the TBR, and I don't. So yesterday I filled out my most anticipated, like my spreadsheet for those, the most anticipated releases for the second year. And there is one that is only coming out in the UK in I think October or September or something like that, but it is already out in the US, and Everend does actually have the audiobook for it, and it's The House of Last Resort by Christopher Golden, and it sounds super intriguing. I am very like happy to read a new release. I've only read 2 so far this year, I think, so I need to catch up a little bit more, and super excited. definitely also audiobooks get you there a little quicker. Like having a physical read and now an audiobook, I think is the way to go. So I'm going to start listening to this while I get ready. And then I'm probably going to listen more while on the train into the city. I will read on my way there and back, and I'll listen to my audiobook while I get ready. And that is pretty much it. Hello, it's the next morning. It's Tuesday now. I am just really quickly filming this because I need to leave for uni like in 5 minutes. So I'm just like doing this without setup and stuff, but hopefully it's still okay. I have some updates. Yesterday, while going to the city and back, I listened to The House of Last Resort and I'm really enjoying it. I'm like over halfway now. I just listened to it again while like getting ready today. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's about a couple that moves to Sicilia because they have like that's a real thing, by the way. They have a program where you can buy property for €1, but then there's certain like requirements that you have to fix the house up. I think at least 50,000 like euros to fix it up and everything, just so that they get people to live there again and have community again. And it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it so far. As I said, I'm over halfway through and things are getting quite interesting. So, yeah, definitely would recommend it. It's quite spooky, but not like dramatic. I'm like, it's not camp in any way. I'm kind of missing that aspect a little bit, but I think shit is gonna go down soon, hopefully. And I also like we just got revealed why it's called the House of Last Resort. Blah, blah, blah. Why it's called the House of Last Resort, and it's very interesting. So, still very enjoying that. I don't know what time is it. I do gotta leave now for uni to meet up with my friends, which is very fun. We're just meeting at uni and, you know, probably gonna study a little bit, but most of the time we're probably just gonna talk because we haven't seen each other in forever. And yeah, I'm super excited when I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna read more of the Southern Book Club's guide. I didn't read too much yesterday, a little bit. I'm like 60% done with that one now. So hopefully I can finish both of those today. That would be great. But I also have a lot to do, as always. So yeah. It's the next day, and I'm about to head out to uni again. It's been a really, really busy week. So I don't even have time to check like if the angle is okay. I really hope it is. But yesterday I did finish listening to the audiobook of The House of Last Resort in the dark. I tried to film it, but literally the footage obviously looked like this. I'm reading. Trust me, I'm reading. So, yeah, you're just gonna have to trust me on that one. So, we did take off our first prompt, or two prompts actually, read a book in the dark, which I will do again with my e reader tonight and maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, I took my entire day free to finish off this readathon. Holy. To finish off this readathon like really well so we can read almost the entire day. I do have a lot of like editing and YouTube stuff to do. Allergies. But other than that, I will only read. And it's gonna be a very fun day. So we ticked off a book with a sky on the cover. What I thought about the book, I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit, but not like it wasn't extraordinary. Like a 4 or 5 would have been, and that's why I'm giving it 3.5. It was a fun ride. Definitely would recommend it. It had a very fun premise with like €1 Italy thing. If that premise sounds interesting to you, definitely go for it. It had a lot of fun with the like haunted house vibes. I don't think that's a spoiler. Yeah, overall the last 30% maybe were really fun and like sort of more of that campness that I was looking for. Campness came through, so I really love that. Overall, enjoyed it. Fine. Like really enjoyed it, but not extraordinarily enjoyed it. So that is where I stand with that, but really glad I read it for this. So my priority today is gonna finish finally a Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. The problem that I've kind of found with that is I'm really enjoying it when I'm reading it, but I'm reading it quite slow, and I don't yearn to pick it up when I'm not reading it. So that's not necessarily a good sign, but I love how he set everything up. And now that I'm about 60% through, I think it's really taking off. So I am going to read that on my way to uni and back. And then in the evening, I teach a dance class today. So on my way there, I'm also going to read, and on the way back, but it's both of those aren't that long. So hopefully I can finish today or like in the evening when I'm back home. I will see you when I'll see you probably tonight. I'll see you tonight. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. Once again, I just finished editing like the part before this. And in every single clip, I say, it's the next morning. Hello, welcome, good morning. It's the next morning. So I'm very sorry about that. It's just been so busy. And today is Thursday, the last day of Summerween. And hopefully we can hustle a little today. As I said, I took the day completely off. So hopefully we can still get stuff done. We only have 2 prompts done so far out of 5. I will, however, because you didn't really see me reading in the dark, I will do that more today. Maybe a little bit later in the day, I'll put like down my blinds. But I am now going to finish finally the Southern Book Club's Guide. Jesus Christ! Finally, the Southern Book Club's Guide. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I have around 30% left. That's a little over 100 pages, so I'm just gonna sit here and finish those. And I'll just check in with you once I finish that, and then we can start our next book. I just finished the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Jesus Christ. I loved it. The ending was so good. Everything was so good. Especially what I just read. The last 30% were so good, so captivating. I kind of love that it was so slow paced now in retrospect, because I love how we get to see like all of the little things develop, and I also kind of like that I read it kind of slower, because I really through that I really have a grasp and an appreciation for what he did. That said, it did tank my enjoyment maybe a little bit that it was this slow pace. Just a first impressions, I think I'm gonna give it 4.25. I know that's very nitpicky, but that's just what feels right to me, because I can't give it a 5, obviously, because I did have those problems, and a 4 feels too like low for me. So I'm settling there. It is 3:30, which is quite late, seeing as we have at least one more book to finish. But I am going to take a little bit of a break, download What Lies in the Woods, the audiobook and the ebook, onto my e-reader. I'm really excited to read What Lies in the Woods. Hopefully it's more fast-paced. I have both the ebook and the audiobook on Everend, which is amazing. I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna read, and then when I'm like halfway through, I am gonna check back in with you guys. It is now 9 o'clock. I will never get used to staring into the light. It is very harsh on the eyes. But I am on chapter 19 now, about halfway through. It says I'm on page 194 out of 394. So that would be about halfway. And in the audiobook, it says I'm like 52%, I think it was, through. So, I mean, it is very late, 9 o'clock, but I do have less than 2 hours left on the audiobook. So, I will finish at around 11. And so far, honestly, the time has been passing by so quickly reading it. I don't remember, like, the last time I had a reading experience like this where I just sat for 2 hours and it went by like this. So I didn't plug in my mic. Hopefully that works now. Audio quality is better now. Yeah, it's all kind of stressful wanting to get this video up, especially since I've not, like, this is only the second or third video that I, like, started really editing. It's taking me quite a long time, so it is a little stressful, but I am very excited to do that. As I said, really, really enjoying it. I'm gonna give my thoughts on, like, the book at the end. I do want to give a brief description. I think I gave it already in, like, when I showed you my TBR, but it's about three girls that went into the woods always to, like, play around, and they kind of remind me of me and my friend actually when we were younger because we pretended we were witches, like, really heavily. It was a fun, goofy time, so I don't know, it really reminds me of that. Then one day, our main character, from her perspective, gets attacked in the woods and stabbed 17 times, and her two other friends, like, believe she's dead, go out of the woods, go for help, and then this boy actually finds her and she isn't dead. So, yeah, and now it's like 25 years later, and right at the beginning, the guy that they, like, testified, he was a serial killer, and that it's kind of like alleged. They don't have complete proof that he killed those other 6 victims, but they're quite certain of it. The only, like, way he got locked up is by their testimony, especially Naomi's, which is the main character. That is kind of it. And then he the serial killer dies, and that's our incident that starts the book. Loving the writing style, honestly. I'm so surprised how much I'm enjoying it. Currently, it definitely has 5-star potential. So I'm really excited to cozy up for the next 2 hours and just read more. I did drink some coffee. It is empty now. I was starting to get very tired. I only started reading at 7 again because my grandma popped by for a surprise visit, and yeah, grandmas just talk a lot. But obviously, I always love taking the time for my lovely gram. I think that's it. 2 more hours. It's been getting darker and darker. Right now, I just have, like, a ring light. So I will turn that off. I will film a little bit more of B-roll that you will see in a second. The quality is probably gonna be quite horrendous because just the camera gets, like, worse and worse without light, but I do wanna fulfill the reading in the dark prompt even better. My e-reader is even on, like, dark mode. Yeah, there you go. It is on dark mode. I am just gonna check in when I finish the. Jesus. I just finished What Lies in the Woods, if I'm honest. I loved it. I loved it so much. It's almost 11:30. It was so good. It was so good. I don't remember the last time I was able to read a book completely in one setting without getting bored. It was so good. The twists and the turns and the beginning, you literally get thrown right into it. And from the first page, it's so captivating and the writing is so good and it's so twisty, and how everything wraps up at the end and the twists and twists and twists were so good. I don't know what to tell you. They were so good. It is obviously very late. I am going to give you my full review in the morning because I am quite tired. This means that we have finished 4 out of 5 prompts, and that bothers me. Like, that bothers me deeply. I know that everything that we read in this video and readathon is thriller or horror, but I'm an overachiever. I really am. So I thought it's already late, and if we disqualify or like disregard that the readathon ends in half an hour, and we can just be like, it ends when I go to bed, actually, I could read What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I have the audiobook for it. So I might do this. And then I will either check back in with you when I finish it or in the morning, and I'll tell you how it went. I'm going to call my boyfriend right now, and then I will gather my thoughts on it. I also still need time to process What Lies in the Woods, because that was immaculate and so good, and I loved every second of it, and it was a lot. Literally 6 hours ago, or like 5 hours ago, or 4 hours ago actually, I hadn't read that book. How is that possible? Anyway, imagine if we finish this, then we have literally 4 books done in 1 week. That would be great. Well, I will see you probably in the morning, if we're being honest. And I'm as excited to find out what happens the rest of the night as you are. It's 1:30 a.m. and I finished What Moves the Dead. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Good morning, people. I had a very, very good sleep. I can't believe that it's already over. It went so quick, but I'm very proud of the progress we did yesterday. Very proud. It was extremely, extremely, extremely fun. I'm still in the middle of editing, so that's a little stressful, but it will come out today. I'm 100% sure, which is very nice, unless something goes catastrophically wrong. Let's review the books I read for this readathon, shall we? Especially yesterday evening, things got a little too hazy to make a lot of sense. So, first, we finished The House of Last Resort, and I am giving that 3.5 stars. Overall, very fun ride, nothing too special, but definitely very fun. Then I finished, finally, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Loved it. Like, loved it, loved it, loved it. If you go in with the expectation that it's going to be a little bit of a slower read, or at least it was for me, then I think very, very, very good. I think I did settle on a 4.25 for this one. Highly recommend. And then yesterday evening, we did end up completely reading and finishing What Lies in the Woods. Oh my god. I don't think it came across yesterday, but I loved this so, so much. I read it in one sitting. It was so twisty and turny, and you get thrown right into it. Loved the writing style. Honestly, 6 out of 5 stars. That is a very high rating, but the circumstances, everything was so perfect. I enjoyed my time. I loved how everything wrapped up. I think it deserves 6 stars for me. And then lastly, I did end up reading and finishing What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I finished this very, very late, so I didn't really give you many thoughts on it, but it has been through like my mind when I woke up till now. So I really, really loved it. I didn't know that it was a The Fall of the House of Usher retelling. I don't know how that fact like slipped my mind. I must have known it at some point, but I really, really love this. I held a presentation actually on The Fall of the House of Usher when I think in 11th grade, something like that, and I got an A plus. So, but I loved the atmosphere in this, and it was very quick to read. I think otherwise I would not have been able to finish. I love the fungi theme. So overall, I think gonna give this a solid 4 stars, which is pretty good, I would say, for a novella. I'm definitely excited to read more T. Kingfisher. I have a few books by her. So if you want to see me make a reading vlog about reading T. Kingfisher, definitely would enjoy that, I think. And yeah, so that means that we actually ticked off every single prompt, and I am so happy about that. I'm so excited that we did that. I really did not believe in myself, and I really should have. So I hope you had fun with me in this reading vlog. If you participated, definitely tell me what you read down below and how you enjoyed it. I know this reading vlog was a very like chaotic one. I still have to get kind of in the rhythm of balancing reading vlogs, especially readathon vlogs, and overall just, this is only my second video, so bear with me, but I hope you still enjoyed it. If you have any tips or criticism for me, I would love to hear it. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a lovely weekend since this is Friday. I am coming out with my mid-year freakout tag tomorrow. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe. I will see you soon, hopefully, in my next video. Bye!